Hello, so today we're going to build a shadow puppet lava lamp. Okay, so I want to build something that looks a bit like a lava lamp, but using only shadows and light. So instead of having wax just floating around in a glass jar, we're going to have bright blobs of light moving across a paper screen. So yeah, essentially we're going to build some sort of analog screensaver. So we're going to build a very small shadow theater. There's going to be a light, the shadow puppets, and then the screen. So for the screen, we're simply going to use a piece of paper. For the shadow puppets, the basic idea is that they should block most of the light from the light source. They should only have a few holes in them, so that on the screen we will only see just a few bright spots moving across. And then the tricky part is going to be how are we going to move those holes across the shadow puppets. So for the the shadow puppets, we're going to use two big wheels, both with random cutout shapes. If we put them both in front of the light source, they will block most of the light except for a few apertures, which is exactly what we want. And if we rotate the wheels, then these small apertures are going to move a little bit at random. So now all we need is a small motor to rotate these two wheels. It doesn't even have to be powerful. So we're going to use a clock movement for this. And by really carefully choosing the gear ratios between the wheels, we can make sure that you will not repeat the same pattern for at least a few hours. So here I designed it so that the full cycle takes about 8 hours. So basically we have just designed a pseudo-random aperture generator with an 8 hours periodicity. Or in other words, our shadow puppet lava lamp will look like it's behaving as randomly as an original lava lamp. And finally, the light source, and I think I found the best possible option for this project. So this is a USB powered LED light that you can find at your local Swedish embassy, and it ticks all the boxes. So there is only one LED light, so the light emitting surface is as small as we can possibly get it, which means that the shapes and shadows on the screen will be as sharp and crisp as possible. There is even a lens in front of the LED, which is going to reduce the cone of light coming from the LED down to something that we can actually manage and use in full. So this is going to be bright enough. And then it's USB powered, and you can find it at IKEA, probably on Amazon as well. So I would assume that anyone on the planet should be able to get this exact same model, which obviously is perfect for an open source project. Okay, so now let's go build something. I designed everything with Design Spark Mechanical. It's a free software that you can download directly from their website. If you want to tinker with this 3D model, I will also include this design file with the rest. Okay, so I really wanted this mini shadow theater to be compact enough that it would fit in a corner of my desk. So the paper screen is about 15 centimeters in diameter, and the whole device should fit inside a cube of size 20 centimeters or 8 inches. Okay, so this is everything we need. So to attach the first gear to the clock axis, we're simply going to glue the center of the minute's hand to the 3D printed gear. And then the rest of the assembly is pretty straightforward. I've written fairly detailed building instructions on Instructables. I've put the link just below in the description. The clock motor is not very powerful, so the main focus here is to make sure that the rotation of the wheels is as smooth and frictionless as possible. So if you have assembled everything perfectly, you should notice at the end that there is quite a bit of backlash in the gears, and this is on purpose. This will make sure that we are putting as little radial pressure on the clock axis as possible. Alright, so now let's plug it in and turn it on. And here it is. So as usual, everything is open source. So if you want to build your own, just go to Instructables, where you will find the building instructions with all the links to the 3D files. And I'm also going to add this to my Etsy shop. So if you want one that I made myself, simply go to mojoptics.etsy.com. Voilà, that's it. Ciao.